If you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Livin the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream.
What up, Dream Team? Coach D here coming at you from beautiful sunny San Diego, and welcome back to the Livin the Dream podcast, where we finish the week strong by covering how to properly fuel up our bodies based on what works best for us individually and in order to reach for our health, fitness, and wellness goals, and in order to live that dream life. And today we're going to be putting a nice little bow on the discussion that we've been having this week on that fantastic excerpt that I read, which we discussed the training part on Tuesday, the wellness aspect of working out to build, not burn, on Wednesday. And today we're going to be addressing the nutrition aspect. The quote said, "Train to be strong, not skinny. Eat to be nourished, not thin. Work out to build, not burn. You only have one body. Don't spend your whole life tearing it down in the name of looking better. Direct your effort and energy into caring for your body, fortifying your body, and cultivating strength. As the saying goes, if all you care about is looking better, it may cost you your health. But if you care about your health, you'll probably love the way you end up looking. You need to move your body meaningfully every single day, period. Stand up and stretch every hour, get outside and go for a walk, hit the gym and strength train, do some self-body work at home. The human body thrives with motion. The more movement, usually the better. This week's Fuel Up Friday episode, we will discuss eating to be nourished. From all the experts that I've listened to, all the experts that I trust in and I follow, it seems that shifting the focus from restrictive dieting to nourishing your body with whole nutrient-dense foods seems to be a recipe for success. Shifting your focus from restrictive dieting to nourishing your body with whole nutrient-dense foods is a transformative journey that prioritizes health, vitality, and long-term well-being over those short-term instant gratification weight loss goals. Let's discuss on how to make this shift, incorporating actionable tips and evidence-based strategies. There are some huge pitfalls when it comes to restrictive dieting. Restrictive diets often promote unsustainable eating patterns, leading to feelings of deprivation, guilt, and frustration. They focus on eliminating entire food groups or severely restricting your calorie intake, which can disrupt your hunger cues, your metabolism, and your overall nutritional balance. Research suggests that restrictive dieting is associated with an increased risk of disordered eating behaviors, nutrient deficiencies, and weight cycling, ultimately undermining both physical and mental health in the long run. So let's double click on some of these pitfalls of restrictive dieting. Nutrient deficiencies. Restrictive diets that eliminate entire food groups or severely limit your calorie intake can lead to nutrient deficiencies, as individuals may not be consuming enough amounts of essential vitamins, minerals, and macronutrients, carbs, proteins, fats. And according to a study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, restrictive diets are associated with micronutrient deficiencies, including vitamins A, C, D, E, K, and B vitamins, and minerals such as calcium, iron, magnesium, and zinc. Also, disordered eating behaviors come from restrictive diets. Restrictive dieting can contribute to the development of disordered eating behaviors such as binge eating, emotional eating, and even things like food obsession or orthorexia, where you have to be perfect with your diet. This can lead to a dysfunctional relationship with food and negative psychological outcomes. Research published in the Journal of Nutrients suggests that restrictive dieting is a risk factor for the development of all those things, eating disorders, including anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder. Next, the metabolic adaptation that happens from restrictive dieting. Prolonged calorie restriction can trigger metabolic adaptations in the body, including a decrease in your daily caloric burn or your basal metabolic rate, how much you burn just to keep you alive. as well as hormonal changes that promote energy conservation and fat storage. So the one thing you're looking to avoid might be the one thing that you're helping. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that individuals who underwent calorie restriction, dieting, experienced a decrease in resting metabolic rate, how much you burn at rest, and increased hunger hormones. You were hungry because your hormones were being released to help try to get you to eat some food, to help search for some food, which may contribute to weight regain over time. Other factors like muscle loss come into play here. Severely restrictive diets that are low in protein or in calories or both can lead to muscle loss, as the body breaks down muscle tissue for energy in the absence of sufficient dietary intake. Research published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition indicates that very low-calorie diets can result in significant muscle loss, compromising your physical function, your metabolic health, and your overall well-being. Another factor could be psychological distress. Restrictive dieting can cause psychological distress, including feelings of guilt, anxiety, and low self-esteem, all related to food choices and body image. A meta-analysis, a study of studies published in the Journal of Appetite, found that restrictive dieting was associated with an increased psychological distress risk, including symptoms of depression, anxiety, and stress. And then lastly, you might not think about this one, but social isolation. Following a restrictive diet may lead to social isolation and withdraw from social activities that involve food, as individuals may feel unable to participate due to dietary restrictions or fear of judgment. Research published in the Journal of Health Psychology suggests that restrictive dieting is associated with social withdrawal and decreased social support, which can negatively impact mental health and well-being. These pitfalls highlight the potential risks and the adverse effects of restrictive dieting on both your physical health, your psychological well-being, and your social functioning. Instead of focusing on extreme dietary restrictions, adopting a balanced approach to eating that emphasizes nourishing your body with whole, nutrient-dense foods can promote long-term health and sustainable weight management. So let's go into what that looks like. Embracing a whole foods approach. We've all heard it before, but there's a lot that goes into it. Shift your focus from calorie counting and food restriction to prioritizing whole, minimally processed foods that nourish your body and support optimal health. Now, calorie counting can have its benefits just by gathering an awareness, but when you have to depend on it or if it has to be forced onto someone, this is when we really aren't going the right direction. Whole foods are rich in essential nutrients, including vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants, which we'll talk about in a little bit. These all promote overall well-being and disease prevention. So fill your plate with colorful variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Aim to include a diverse range of nutrient-dense foods in your meals to ensure you're meeting your body's nutritional needs. And we'll go into each one of those individually. Let's talk about prioritizing nutrient density. What does nutrient density mean? Whole foods are packed with essential nutrients that are vital for supporting overall health and well-being. These nutrients include vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytonutrients, and fiber, all of which play crucial roles in various physiological processes in the body. So things like leafy greens. Here are some examples of leafy greens. There's spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and arugula. These are all excellent sources of vitamin A, C, and K, as well as minerals like iron, calcium, and magnesium. If you remember, those are some of the things that we find you're deficient in when you have a restrictive diet. They are also, these leafy greens, packed with antioxidants and phytonutrients that support overall health and muscle function. Along with leafy greens are colorful vegetables, things like bell peppers, carrots, tomatoes, broccoli, cauliflower. Even though I don't love many of these, I know they're really important. Things like beets. These are all rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Things like vitamin C, beta carotene, and lycopene. These nutrients help to reduce inflammation, support your immune function, and promote muscle recovery and repair. Colorful vegetables, so important. My favorite are berries. Blueberries are a superfood. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, all of these are loaded with antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins and flavonoids, which have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. We'll go into what some of these things mean a little bit later. Berries are also providing you fiber and vitamin C, supporting overall health and muscle recovery. And berries have such a low energy content, so a low calorie amount, that it's such a great snack. I use mine as a late night snack with dark chocolate as a nice sweet way to finish my meal. Next would be things like cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, cabbage and cauliflower. All of these are members of the cruciferous vegetable family, known for their high content in vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. They contain compounds like sulforaphane and indole-3-carbinol, which have been shown to support detoxification processes and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Vegetables, yes, and there are some great ways to prepare vegetables to make them taste delicious, even though alone they're not so good in my opinion, but we need them. Next would be citrus fruits. Oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits. These are all rich in vitamin C. My favorite one would be kiwis. I try to eat at least 2 kiwis every day and at least 1 to 2 cups of blueberries. That's like on my list of things that I check off that I need to get in every single day. Vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that supports your immune function, your collagen creation or collagen synthesis, and muscle repair. Citrus fruits also provide fiber and a various phytonutrient content that promotes overall health and well-being. Next, one of my other favorites, nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds. These are all excellent sources of healthy fats, of a little bit of protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They provide essential nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, which is great for your skin, magnesium and zinc, which support brain health, heart health, and muscle recovery. Nuts and seeds, get those in. The only thing you really have to be concerned about is when you grab a whole bag of nuts and you bring it over to snack on, that can be very calorie dense. So you just have to keep a little bit of an eye on that. Just be responsible with your serving size with your nuts and seeds. Moving on to something I truly believe in that may be a little bit controversial is lean proteins. So things like chicken breast, turkey breast, lean cuts of beef, fish, tofu, tempeh, and legumes. Things like beans, lentils, and chickpeas are legumes. These are all rich sources of high quality protein, essential amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. So it's just protein is a crucial component for muscle repair, muscle growth, and muscle maintenance, as well as all the other soft tissues that you have in your body. And they work as well with your immune system for your overall health. Next would be whole grains, quinoa, brown rice, oats, barley, and farro. These are all nutritious whole grains that provide complex carbohydrates. They provide fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They offer sustained energy for workouts, they support your digestion, and they provide essential nutrients for your overall health and well-being. Whole grains. And healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, and fatty fish, things like salmon, mackerel, sardines. These are all rich sources of healthy fats, including monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats and omega-3 fatty acids. All of these fats, they support your brain health, your heart health, and inflammation reduction, as well as a hormone production and muscle repair benefit. And lastly, when it comes to these nutrient-dense foods, this one might be the most controversial at all, but I really do believe in it. If you can handle it, dairy or dairy alternatives, things like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, a protein powerhouse when it comes to cheeses, and milk. Fortified plant-based alternatives can work here, but I really love raw milk if you can find a good source. These dairy or dairy alternatives are an excellent source of protein, calcium, vitamin D, and other essential nutrients. They support your bone health, your muscle recovery, and your overall health and well-being. So incorporating all of these nutrient-dense foods into your diets, things like leafy greens, colorful vegetables, berries, cruciferous veggies, citrus fruits, Nuts and seeds, lean proteins, whole grains, healthy fats, and dairy. Incorporating those into your diet can provide a wide range of these vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytonutrients, and fiber to support your goals for long-term health, for strength, for muscular body composition, improved quality of life, and even athletic performance. All of these things that are diminished when you go into those restrictive diet eating patterns. Next, let's talk about different types of foods. We're going to go into protein-rich foods next, and we talk about protein on pretty much every episode here on the Livin the Dream podcast. Things like lean meats, chicken breast, turkey, lean cuts of beef, fish, eggs, tofu, Greek yogurt. These are all excellent sources of protein. Protein is known for its ability to promote feelings of fullness and satiety. It also takes more energy to consume, absorb, and metabolize, break down this protein, and it helps to curb hunger and prevent overeating. If you can just focus on one lever, focus on eating enough protein, 1 gram per pound of desired body weight. So if I want to weigh 150 pounds, try to get 150 grams of protein a day and minimize distracted eating. Those are the 2 levers that you can pull here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But protein-rich foods is important. So are fiber-rich foods for a very similar reason. Fiber-rich foods like fruits, berries, apples, pears, oranges, vegetables like broccoli, spinach, Brussels sprouts, whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds. These are all rich in dietary fiber. Fiber adds bulk to your meals. It slows down your digestion so that you can get more of the nutrients out of the food. And it promotes feelings of fullness, which can help to prevent overeating and promote your weight management, which is what a lot of people are looking for, just to manage that weight. Fiber can help. Healthy fats, avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, fatty fish. Make sure your healthy fats are in your diet because they provide a feeling of satiety, of fullness, of satisfaction. They help to prevent cravings and overeatings while also supporting your overall health, your brain health, super important for healthy fats. And then incorporating complex carbohydrates, things like whole grains, quinoa, barley, farro, bulgur, starchy vegetables, sweet potatoes, squash, corn, and legumes. These are all sources of complex carbohydrates. These carbohydrates provide sustainable energy, promote feelings of fullness, and help regulate your blood sugar levels, reducing the likelihood of overeating and supporting stable energy levels throughout the day. And you'll see a couple of common themes here throughout this episode. You can get a big bang for your buck by eating things like these protein-rich foods, these healthy fats, these complex carbohydrates. And then trying to throw in some low energy dense foods. So instead of what highly ultra processed foods are, which have high energy density with not a lot of content, low energy density, meaning low calorie foods. These are things like such as fruits, vegetables, broth-based soups, bone broth, salads with lean protein and plenty of vegetables. All of these can help promote feelings of fullness and satisfaction while providing essential nutrients. And these foods allow you to eat a larger portion with fewer calories, helping to prevent overeating and support your weight management goals. And then lastly, another type of food that is really important to incorporate is hydration-rich foods. It seems like we just don't drink enough water, but you can get some of your water through hydration-rich foods. Water-rich foods including fruits, watermelon, strawberries, oranges, vegetables, cucumbers, lettuce, celery, low calorie and hydration rich. That's a 2-for-1, along with all the myriad of other benefits. You could eat things like soups with bone broth. All of these contribute to hydration and can help increase feelings of fullness and satisfaction. It's just essential to eat these hydration-rich foods and to stay hydrated to regulate your appetite and prevent you from overeating. One hack that we've used with clients before is just drinking an 8-ounce glass of water before every big meal. So incorporating these nutrient-dense foods into your diet, they're going to help you feel fuller. They're going to help you feel more satisfied. They're going to prevent you from nutrient deficiencies, offering you all of those good things that they have while preventing you from overeating. Let's go into supporting your optimal health through whole foods. Whole foods provide a wide array of health-promoting benefits, including reducing your risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and certain cancers. The phytonutrients and antioxidants found in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains have been shown to have protective effects against inflammation, oxidative stress, and damage to your cells, cellular damage. Research published in the Journal of Nutrients suggests that a diet rich in whole foods is associated with lower rates of chronic diseases and improved overall health outcomes. So a diet rich in whole foods, and by incorporating a variety of whole foods into your diet, you can support your body's natural defense systems and promote better longevity and vitality in your older age. Enhancing your digestive health. Whole foods are often rich in dietary fiber, which plays a key role in supporting your digestive health and your regularity. Fiber helps to promote healthy bowel movements, prevent constipation, and support the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, which is a huge exploding science right now, the microbiome. Consuming a diet high in fiber from whole foods such as fruits, vegetables, and legumes, and whole grains, this can help to maintain a healthy digestive system and reduce the risk of digestive disorders such as constipation, diverticulitis, and IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Promote sustainable eating habits. Promote sustainable eating habits. Embracing a whole food approach to nutrition promotes sustainable eating habits that are both environmentally friendly and socially responsible. Whole foods are often less processed and less packaged compared to processed and ultra-processed foods, which can contribute to excessive waste and environmental pollution. By choosing whole foods that are locally sourced, seasonal, and minimally processed, you can reduce your environmental footprint and support sustainable food production practices. Additionally, supporting local farmers and producers help to strengthen local food systems and communities. And then lastly, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth on this one, cultivating mindful eating practices. I find that this one is so important. We are so detached from the process of eating. You're actually taking something from the outside world, you're putting it in your body. It gets broken down to such a tiny atomic size, and then that food becomes you. Think of a more intimate process than that. You can't. Whole foods encourage mindful eating practices that involve paying attention to hunger and fullness cues, savoring the flavors and the textures of the food, and creating this deeper connection with the eating experience. By focusing on whole, minimally processed foods, you can enhance your sensory awareness and your appreciation for that food. So create a mindful approach to eating by tuning into your body's hunger and satiety cues, rather than relying on external cues for, am I full or not? Or external rules or restrictions, like you have to eat everything on your plate. Eat slowly, savor every bite, and pay attention to how different foods make you feel, both physically and emotionally. Listen to your body's signals of hunger and fullness, eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're satisfied. Avoid distractions while eating, such as screens or multitasking, driving. Do this to fully enjoy and appreciate your meals. This is such a huge one. If you can do this and your protein goal and eat just whole foods, you will be on the road to success. I can promise you that. Tuning into your hunger and satiety cues is so important. Mindful eating involves paying close attention to your body's hunger and satiety cues. So before eating, just take a moment. I try to take a few deep breaths. That'll put you into a parasympathetic, more rest and digest state. Take a moment to assess your level of hunger. Are you truly hungry, or are you eating out of boredom? Are you eating out of stress? Are you eating out of habit just because it's time to eat? Likewise, during meals, periodically check in with your body to gauge your level of fullness. Stop eating when you're feeling satisfied, even if there's still food left on your plate. The Japanese have this saying, I can't remember if it's hachiburi-u or something like that. It's eat until you're 80% full. 80%. In a world dominated by ultra-processed, highly palatable foods, engineered by genius scientists to be addictive and overconsumed, it's so easy to fall into the trap of mindless eating and endless cravings. The food that they design is meant to melt in your mouth so that you just keep eating more. But what if I told you that there's a better way? What if instead of fighting against our environment, we leverage the power of satiety, fullness, to naturally regulate our appetite and food intake? Satiety is the feeling of fullness or satisfaction that occurs after eating. It's our body's way of signaling that our energy needs have been met, and it plays a crucial role in preventing overeating and weight gain. By focusing on foods that promote satiety, we can create a more balanced and sustainable approach to eating that supports our health and fitness goals. So, what are those satiety-promoting foods, and how can we incorporate them into our diet? Well, we've probably already heard a little bit about these. Let's take a closer look at some of the top satiety contenders, and you may notice there's a common theme from what we've been talking about. Number one, protein-rich foods. Yep, high-fiber foods, healthy fats, and high hydration, water-rich foods. We've gone all over all of these for different benefits, and here's just another one that you can tack onto the list. So let's make a conscious effort to fill our plates with nutrient-dense, satiating foods that support our health and our fitness goals. Let's reclaim control over our eating habits and create a more balanced and sustainable approach to nutrition. Along the lines of mindful eating, eating slowly and savoring every bite is important here. This is one of the things that I struggle with the most. Slow down the pace of your meals and savor each and every bite. Eating slowly allows you to fully experience the flavors, the textures, the aromas of your food, enhancing the enjoyment of your meals. Chew your food thoroughly and take the time to appreciate the sensory experience of eating. And I have this feeling that you have these sensors in your mouth that sense the food that you're eating, and then down the chain, they release enzymes to better help digest and absorb the food that you're eating. If you barely have the food in your mouth for half a second and then you swallow it, you're not giving your body the amount of time it needs to be able to search out what food is in your mouth and what really needs to be released in order to digest it properly. So eat slowly, savor every bite, keep the food in your mouth a little bit longer, enjoy the smells, because smelling and sight, all of these things go into digesting your food. Pay attention to your food choices. Mindful eating, being intentional about your food that you choose to eat and how it nourishes your body. So think about what foods you're eating and how it might go to nourishing your body. When you're eating that chicken, you're thinking protein. This is going to my muscles. When you're eating foods that are high in essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, notice how that food is going to help make you, with your immune system function, with your energy. Choose foods that leave you feeling energized, satisfied, and nourished. All of these are so important. Yes, listening to your body signals, minimizing your distractions, but also things like practicing gratitude and appreciation for your food. There's a reason why most major religions take time before their meal to express gratitude for what they're about to consume. Express gratitude for the food that you're about to eat and all of the things, all of the effort that went into growing, harvesting, delivering, and preparing the food to your plate. Cultivating a sense of appreciation for your meals can enhance the enjoyment of eating and promote a positive relationship with food, and it also puts you into this nice parasympathetic state as well. And then, of course, afterwards, reflect on your food choices and the effects of the food that you ate. After eating, take a moment to reflect on how the different foods made you feel, both physically and emotionally. Notice any patterns or associations between certain foods and your mood or your energy levels. Are you lethargic always after eating a certain meal? Does your stomach hurt afterwards? Your digestion off? All of these things are things that you can start to gather awareness on. Use this feedback to inform your future food choice decisions and your other eating habits in the future. Next, I want to talk about building balanced meals. Creating balanced meals that provide a combination of all the macronutrients, the carbs, the proteins, the fats, and the micronutrients, the vitamins and the minerals to fuel your body and sustain energy levels throughout the day. Creating that balance is so important. Aim for a balance of carbs, proteins, and fats in each meal, choosing high-quality sources that provide sustained energy and promote feelings of fullness. And include a variety of colors, a variety of textures, and a variety of flavors to make your meals more satisfying and more enjoyable. So I'm going to quickly go over macronutrients and micronutrients just because you may have not heard about it, but most of us have. Carbs, proteins, and fats are the three main macronutrients, and they provide essential energy and nutrients to your body. Each one plays a unique role in fueling your body and supporting various physiological functions. Carbs are your body's primary source of energy, particularly high intensity activities, and for your overall brain function. Your brain runs off of that glucose. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes, these are all excellent sources of complex carbohydrates to give you that energy and support your brain health. So get those carbs in, and especially if you're someone that takes a lot of high intensity interval training classes or those group fitness classes that are always high energy, high intensity, you do need your carbs. You should not be cutting out all of your carbs here. Now, there's a difference between Skittles and bread and pasta and cakes and cookies and the complex carbs that we talked about, the whole grains, the fruits, the vegetables, the legumes. Proteins. Proteins are the main building blocks of your body. They're essential for your muscle repair, your muscle growth, your maintenance of muscle and soft tissue, as well as your immune function. All of your cells in your body are made up of little proteins. So include lean proteins such as chicken, turkey, fish, beef, tofu, legumes, things like that in your meal to support muscle health and overall well-being. Greek yogurt is a great one here. And then fats. Healthy fats are essential for your brain health, your hormone production, and the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, vitamins that are usually better absorbed with fat. Choose sources of unsaturated fats, such as avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, to support heart health and cognitive function, your brain health. So we got the macronutrients, the carbs, the proteins, the fats, and now we have the micronutrients, things like vitamins and minerals. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats are all rich sources of vitamins and minerals. These things support your immune function, your bone health, your energy production, and your cellular repair. Next for the micronutrients would be antioxidants. This word is thrown around a little bit as a buzzword, so I'm going to go a little bit in depth on this topic right here. Antioxidants are compounds that help protect your cells from damage caused by free radicals and oxidative stress. We'll talk about what those are. Colorful fruits and vegetables such as berries, leafy greens, bell peppers, these are all excellent sources of antioxidants that promote overall health and reduce the risk of these chronic diseases that are plaguing our society. So allow me to take a real quick tangent on antioxidants and free radicals, because a lot of people don't know what these are. What are free radicals? Free radicals are molecules with unpaired electrons. This makes them highly reactive. They are produced naturally in the body as byproducts of various metabolic processes. Sometimes electrons are taken away from something and that makes it a free radical. Sometimes you consume it, or sometimes you get it from your environment. So things like energy production causes free radicals. Immune system responses cause free radicals. Additionally, external factors like pollution, UV radiation, unhealthy lifestyle habits like smoking or excessive alcohol consumption, these all increase your free radical production. So why are free radicals produced? Free radicals are produced in the body as a part of a normal metabolic process, including the production of energy in the mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cell, and as a defense mechanism against pathogens. While the body does need a certain amount of level of free radicals for these processes to happen, an excessive amount can lead to what's called oxidative stress, like rust on metal. And this damages our cells, it damages the proteins in our body, and it damages our DNA. That's not good. So what are antioxidants? Well, antioxidants are compounds that neutralize these free radicals. Well, how do they do this? They donate an electron to stabilize these free radicals. They become stable. They act as scavengers. These antioxidants act as scavengers, helping to prevent oxidative damage and protect your cells from the harmful effects of these free radicals. So antioxidants, again, are found in a variety of foods: fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and certain spices like turmeric and curcumin. So why are antioxidants important? I think it's very clear here. Antioxidants play a crucial role in maintaining your overall health and well-being by protecting your cells from that oxidative damage and inflammation, the rusting of your cells. They help prevent oxidative stress, which is linked to a range of chronic diseases, including cardiovascular disease, the number one killer, cancer, which is up there, diabetes, and neurodegenerative diseases, the worst, the Alzheimer's disease, the Parkinson's disease, the things like that. So how do free radicals relate to aging and health? Over time, accumulated oxidative damage from these free radicals can contribute to the aging process and increase the risk of age-related diseases. Some people argue that aging is a disease and these free radicals are a huge part of it. And if you can somehow diminish or neutralize out all of this oxidative stress, you can help to put length on your telomeres, which people are talking about, which can help increase your longevity. Oxidative stress and inflammation are key factors in aging, leading to cellular dysfunction, tissue damage, and impaired function of your organs and the systems in your body, your digestive system, your lymphatic system, your muscular system. By neutralizing free radicals and reducing oxidative stress, antioxidants help promote healthy aging and reduce the risk of age-related diseases. So colorful fruits, vegetables such as leafy greens, get your berries, your bell peppers. This is what you're looking for. So let's wrap up this episode a little bit here by talking about some things that are really important along with your nutrition, and that is like planning and preparing for the time ahead. Take the time to plan and prepare your nutritious meals ahead of time. Get your snacks prepared ahead of time to ensure that you have healthy options readily available when hunger strikes. Being unprepared is the number one way to know that you probably are going to go for those fast food restaurants, or you're going to reach for the easily ultra processed food things that you can just open and consume. If you plan ahead, if you meal prep, this is going to be a huge factor towards your success. Stock your kitchen with whole foods and ingredients that support your health and goals. Imagine your kitchen right now. What if all of your food that was meal prepped was beautifully put into glass Tupperware containers? It was all organized in your fridge. You could look at it, you can grab it, you can heat it up, and you can eat it. All of your ultra processed food is in the garage, up on the high shelf. You have to actually pull out a ladder to get it. Like making your whole foods that are prepared easy, simple to grab, right in front of you, just in plain view. And then all the stuff that goes away from your goals, maybe you still have a little bit of that here and there, especially if you have kids. You're going to have that in the house, probably if that's how you feel like you're going to feed your kids. But make it so it's harder to get to, and make the good stuff easier to get to. Batch cook and meal prep on weekends and during times when you have extra time to spare, if there is such a thing. Include your kids on the meal prepping so that they are excited about eating that good whole food. Prepare meals in advance, and this can save you time and energy during your busy weekday. So maybe you think that you don't have any time to spare, but actually prepping this food can give you more time in the future. You just have to make the initial investment. I highly recommend going to search out professional meal preppers on either YouTube or social media or on websites. There are people out there that dedicate their lives to meal prepping, and they have some of the best ideas. They stand on the shoulder of giants. They have done this, and they have done all of the hard work at figuring out the best, easily maneuvered ways to make these foods and to make them delicious and beautiful. And all you have to do is copy them, and they will tell you exactly how to do it. One of the first people that I can think of here is Amanda Meixer, or she goes by Meow Mikes on Instagram. She is like the queen of meal prep. But if you go onto YouTube and you search meal prepping for this food or whatever you want to have, you will find some really great ideas. You could go thousands and thousands of videos in. There's so much content out there now. All it takes is a little bit of effort to find it. And then lastly, practice self-compassion and flexibility. Be gentle with yourself. This is hard. This is really hard. With all of the information out there and all of the people trying to get your money and trying to what they call vie for your stomach space. These companies are out here saying, how do we get more stomach space? That's kind of evil in my opinion. Be gentle with yourself. Practice self-compassion as you transform away from this restrictive dieting process and embrace a more balanced approach to whole food eating. Understand that it's normal to have ups and downs along the way, and that progress is not always linear. It's not going to be easy at first. Everything that you do for the first time takes time to learn. There's learning curves. Allow yourself to fail. Allow yourself to indulge on on occasions that merit for that. Indulge in occasional treats and enjoy your favorite foods in moderation without guilt or shame. You are an adult. Decide if you're going to have this special treat on this special occasion and live with that decision and move on. 80% of the time you're eating for your health, and 20% of the time you're eating for other health bucket reasons. Remember that a healthy diet is about balance, variety, and flexibility rather than perfection. By shifting your focus from restrictive dieting to nourishing your body with whole, nutrient-dense foods, you'll not only improve your physical health and your vitality, but you'll also create a positive relationship with food and a greater sense of well-being, gratitude, and empowerment. Remember that every small step towards nourishing your body is a step towards a healthier, happier you. Minimize the ultra, highly palatable, processed foods and eat whole foods, eat real foods. It's crazy that we have to say that, but just eat real food, not too much. Plants, lean proteins, and you will be fine. You will go and you will be on the path to achieving your goals. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this Fuel Up Friday episode of the Livin the Dream podcast. Share the knowledge that you gain with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. If you enjoyed this content, it does help us a ton if you could post on your social media stories a screenshot of this episode and include one takeaway that you learned. Make sure that you tag me and share your journey. It's a great non-cost way to support this podcast. And if you could leave a review on whatever platform you're listening on, that helps a ton. Tag me at livingthedream_podcast or at coachdamian_SD and let us know how this episode benefited you. Let us know what we missed. Let us know what we got wrong. Tell us how you have eaten to be nourished. We want to know. Message us if you have any suggestions or tips that would help your Livin the Dream team that we can discuss on future episodes. I will be right here with you, working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.